Hello friends, just I am going to discuss today uh, like because in previous class we did discuss pythons, basic pythons, matplotlib, pandas libraries, and I have already discussed the numpys and others, but I am going to discuss like Seaborn. Seaborn, this is the most important part. It is using for a plotly and interferences, like most of the statistical way we can represent charts. Okay, so most important things in this chart, you can look like a better way, means you can represent the different way. So let's see, just I am going to write here Seaborn. So look here, what is the basic about the Seaborn. So overview of Seaborn plotting functions, and most of the your interactions with the Seaborn will happen through a set of plotting of functions. Later this chapters the tutorial will explore the features. So similar functions for a similar task. So we need to first down import the Seaborn. So just I have imported the Seaborn. Look here, just I have done something. Yes, import Seaborn as SNS. So I do it, and now I need the some data. So I am taking a data penguin SNS dot loaded underscore dataset. It is already inbuilt. So the penguin is inbuilt in the SNS. So no need to the go the outside of this data. Otherwise you can also the collect the data from the outside, wave and others, excels and others. So now I have already mentioned there the penguin, and now SNS means I am using a SNS, and we need to plot a histogram plot. So hist plot and data penguin axis should be of flipper's length and this one is a hue means species and multiple stakes. But let's see, the first I would like to see here the penguin data. How do you like to see here? So I need to describe this one first. Look at penguins, and now penguins right here. So I need to look here head dot head. So head we can see, yeah, penguin data looking like this one. So penguin, and look here, so look like this type of the data. Penguin species here, island, bill length, bill depth in millimeters, and flipper length, and body mass, and the sex male and females has been given, right? So your data has been looking like this way. So now I want to the plot like this one, SNS histogram plot x flipper underscore length Look here, flipper underscore length yani this one. And another, the y axis you don't have been written, the y it will take automatically, and hue species and multiple stakes. So let's see, just I am going to print here. So what happens, look there, look here. So it is looking like this type of the data, because x-axis has been taken, and another the count has been taken, this one. So count has been taken automatically. It is possible to do itself. So look here, this hue it represents the species like this one. Hue means species has been given, adults, and another is the given, and another third means all three has been represent the different types of colors. So hue it can represent the different type of colors like a species, and these are the subset of this, and multiple stakes has been given, right? Similarly, if I would like to the KD plot, so look there, so look like this one is like a KD plot, like just like a normal distributions. but it has been a 3, so 3 different types of the normal distributions we can plot here. Now the another is the distributions plot. So is a I am using the distributions histogram types of the plots here. Same way we can use here SNS dis plot and data penguins, and X as is I have written the same, hue as is 7, and this one is only I am changing statistical terms here. Now the displot the data, and these are the X I already given, but I am writing here KDE, kinds means KDE. So look there, I had added the one more value, kind means KDE. So look here, what happens the KDE look like this. Okay, so species, and this one look like this. Another colors species and hue species already the given, and same data look here. So color species means we can specify the different as a color wise, so we can represent this is the way to the color species. And now I am going to write here f axis as plt means plot, so we need to download it as a matplotlib as plt, and we can use these things also, don't worry. Now the figure level of the functions, the own they are the figures. So SNS means data has been taken the another data like a tips, and SNS relational plots to tips and the total bills, and y axis also the represents here. So look here, first I would like to see the data first. Tips has been given, so look like this one, and now I write to the tips. So look like this type of the figure level of the functions. How do I see? This one is the data has been given a total bill, tip, sex, smoker, day, time, and size. So now I can represent G as a variable SNS relationship plot data tips, and X means total bill, Y is the tips. So G dot AX AX lines, XY1 means 10 or XY1 means 10 and 2, slope 0.2, color B, and dashes. So let's see what type of the plots look like here. It's getting this one, this is the way, and axis plots here. Okay, this is the way like a scatter plot, and another you can write here. So the label of these terms, so you can write here this is the way to the male or female, both we can represent this way. And so these are the easily we can get the, and faces grade types of the penguins. Look here, it is also representing this type of the grade, means we can see the individual way. And the colors means we can write here the penguins and the colors, so we can change the both of these things. Now if we write the face grids penguins, so we can write this way is the face grid, because height is this and this one is this. Now another, the combine the multiple of the views on this data. So I have taken same previous data just and join plot. I am using a joint plot. So look here, the joint plot is looking like this is the way to look like a joint plot. And now the another, just I am going to write here, this is the way to represent here is the penguin pair plots. So look like a pair plots this is the way to looking like. And next you can say also the joint plot, and we need to the hue and kinds means like a histo. So histo we can see this type of the plots. So this is the way to we can represent the Seaborn as a SNS, and you can develop your skills more and more. And I think if you do practice more and more, and you may be a better every day. So I hope this tutorial will be beneficial for you. So I think we will try to next class we can develop more. Thank you.